Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and in today's video, come with me and my fiance as we take a trip to Orlando, Florida, specifically Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. We landed in Orlando International Airport. As you can see, it was a pretty packed day. Look at how gorgeous this airport is, you guys. It was my first time visiting. As you can see, they have a lot of greenery. I was surprised at how green and luscious everything was. And of course, we had to stop by and visit the iconic traveler statue. This statue is eerily realistic and kind of creepy, although I can appreciate the artwork. We decided to stay at the Hyatt Place Hotel that was right across from Universal Studios, and this hotel was gorgeous. I absolutely loved the contemporary style. I love the pops of color with the oranges and the blues and the yellows. And as you can see here, there was quite a bit of space to relax and to find a nice quiet corner to read a book or just to people watch or relax in the lobby. This is our room, and it was a lot homier and more spacious than I thought. As you can see off to the far right, we have almost a full-size couch. We have this cute little kitchenette with a mini fridge and a microwave and a sink. And this was our view from our hotel room. It wasn't too bad. Look at those beautiful Florida clouds, that beautiful Florida sky. You can see the cars passing through the highway there, and lots of greenery. The following morning, you know we had to wake up bright and early to get that free continental breakfast. The best part of any stay. And you guys, look at this spread. Yes, I can confirm it was just as delicious as it looks. I feel like they had a little bit of everything for everyone here. And you know, I had to get in on the potatoes and the sausage and the eggs. My fiance got himself some pancakes, some cereal, fruit, and he also had to grab some eggs and potatoes and sausage as well. And this food was pretty darn delicious, and we washed it all down with some water, orange juice, and coffee. After breakfast, it was time to head on to the shuttle that would take us to the Universal Studios parks. And you guys, we were kind of the only people on board here, which was pretty cool. Here we are entering and passing by the Universal Orlando sign, making our way to get dropped off at the City Walk, which you'll be seeing in a moment here. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the beautiful scenery with those blue skies and the green palm trees in contrast. So gorgeous. And here we are arriving at the City Walk. And y'all, I have to say, as someone who is used to the Universal City Walk in LA, because I myself am an LA native, this City Walk was, or is, I should say, massive in comparison. It is incomparable to the Universal in LA. There is so much to do and see here. It is just a massive, massive walking, dining, shopping, and entertainment area. As you can see, there's quite a few restaurants, a very large open area where people can walk and gather. And in the center of all of it is this gorgeous lake surrounded by all kinds of eateries and entertainment. There's my fiance said poking through. And here's another shot of that gorgeous lake here. And right in front here you can see a little entertainment space, I'm assuming. Here we got a pretty legendary shot that I got of the Universal Globe logo rotating there. The archways were in the background. We were overseeing that beautiful lake in the center. And here we are, speaking of those Universal archways. The Universal Studios Florida archway right there. Unfortunately, we were not there for Universal Studios, but we were going to be attending the Islands of Adventure. And I just had to get a shot of this cute little squirrel. I did try to approach it and befriend it, but it just was not having it. As I took 2 steps forward, and yep, it just immediately proceeded to run away from me. So here we are at the entrance of the Islands of Adventure Park. Super excited. This is my first time attending this park as well as my fiance's, and we were so pumped and ready to go. Entering here in the first area of the park, I'm not too sure exactly what this land was called. It gave me Adventureland vibes from Disneyland, but I really liked the facade designs and the pops of color. There was definitely a lot to see here visually. I think that the design was so beautiful and colorful and vibrant. And this area of the park definitely highlights the adventure and islands of adventure, as it definitely makes you feel like you are about to embark on quite the journey. And here we have the Incredible Hulk roller coaster. We did ride this, although I was not able to get any footage of the line queue because we had to put our phones away, sadly. So we are entering the Marvel / superhero area. Oh, there goes the Hulk. Yeah, this coaster was amazing, you guys. It was 10 out of 10 thrills for myself, although I will have to say my fiance did get a bit queasy. But yes, we are entering the Marvel / superhero area of the park, and here we are entering the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man ride. And if you're not too familiar with this ride, it's basically more or less exactly the same ride operation and layout of the Transformers ride at the Universal in Los Angeles. But of course it is set to the Spider-Man comics theme, and it was an amazing ride. Highly recommend. Here we're entering the Toon Lagoon, which is their version of Toontown, essentially. And this area was probably my favorite area of the entire park because it was just so bright and in your face and cartoony and over exaggerated in the best way possible. And I'm gonna say it again, very colorful, very vibrant. I know I've been saying that throughout this commentary, but it's true. This park is so beautifully colorful and vibrant, and it is just so inviting and such a treat for the eye. I will have to say I also really appreciated the detail in this area of the park. You can tell that they put a lot of time and thought into the design of this place, and I appreciate the little quips and the funny little sayings on each drawing. And here we are entering Dudley Do-Ride's Ripsaw Falls. It is a log flume ride, and holy moly, Florida does not play around with their water rides. You will get absolutely soaked. So please beware if you're gonna go on any of these rides. You're pretty much gonna be getting a shower that day. And here we've got Skull Island, Reign of Kong. This line queue was incredibly creepy and amazingly detailed, and unfortunately this is the only clips that I got of this line. After that ride, we headed straight to the Jurassic Park area, and you can see the iconic archway there. Entering into the park literally felt like we were walking into the movie. And here we see some of the general area of this part of the park. We have this ginormous T-Rex head poking through the bushes over the classic Jurassic Park Jeep that's been seen in the movies. And here's just some open walkway areas within the area of the park as well. So from here, we made it straight over to the River Adventure ride, which is practically a carbon copy of the Jurassic Park ride in the Universal Studios Los Angeles Park. However, Florida's version of this ride is original to the ride prior to the changes that were made and the updates that were made upon the release of the Jurassic World films. And here we have an area called the Jurassic Park Discovery Center, which I thought was pretty cool if you have kids that you're traveling with, or if you're just into dinosaurs. It's an area that is made to replicate parts of the movie, and it has this grand staircase here going down into a shopping area with some faux dinosaur fossils to set the scene. It gives you like a dinosaur museum type of vibe. And here you can see they have a couple of dinosaur figures on display. We got a long neck right there, at least I think it's a long neck. Please don't come for me in the comments. I'm not a dinosaur professional. We've got some more dinosaurs over here. We got this one with the spiky back. This is a really cool area. I saw a lot of kids running around in this area. You can tell that they were just having fun, reading about the dinosaurs and just touching and playing with things. And then here we have a cute little area where you can see little dino eggs in their incubator being prepared for when they hatch in the little laboratory. And here's an amazing shot of the Velocicoaster. Look at how insane this is. 2.5 seconds upside down. And there they go. We did not get a chance to ride this coaster, unfortunately, but we will definitely have to ride it on our next trip. And here we are entering another area of the park. Again, forgive me, but I'm not too familiar with the name of this area of the park. I will be listing some timestamps down below of the different areas and the exact names of these areas in the description box if you're curious. Now this store, you guys, this was kind of the highlight for me. I'm a big Halloween enthusiast and I love old school horror. So if you're into Halloween and the Universal monsters, you're going to want to check this store out. This store was Halloween incarnated and they had every piece of Halloween Universal monster horror merch you can think of. And besides all that, look at this absolutely amazing design work here in this store. It is so gorgeous. This really had me missing fall in 90-degree weather. And there were so many amazing things to buy. Unfortunately, I did not walk away with anything from the store because I wanted it all and my wallet said no. But I will definitely have to go back and make quite a few purchases when I have a larger budget. But look at how beautiful this design is here. Gorgeous. So that leads us into Harry Potter World. And here we have the entrance. And you can see the Hogwarts Express train to the right hand side. And although I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, you guys, I always am in shock when I walk through these areas because it literally feels like you are right smack dab in the middle of a Harry Potter film. And here is Hagrid's Magical Creatures motorbike roller coaster, which I couldn't film because sadly I could not take my phone into the line queue. And here we are arriving in Seuss Landing. This entire area of the park is dedicated to Dr. Seuss, as you can see. And it is entirely themed with all of the Dr. Seuss books and storylines. And this place was a trip, you guys. It was super cartoony, super colorful. It literally felt like you just jumped right into a Dr. Seuss book. Here we are riding the Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat ride, or I think it's called One Fish, Two Fish, Three Fish, Blue Fish, I think. Making our way through the line queue. And as you can see, it was so incredibly packed. There were so many people. We didn't know if we'd be able to ride. Just kidding. Obviously, it was completely dead, which we were not complaining about at all. So we're making our way through the queue here. Super crazy and trippy with the decorative lighting in here. And I was actually able to get some footage of the ride itself, so enjoy that. And y'all, this ride was nothing short of an LSD trip. It was very bizarre in a good way, and it was definitely something that I had never experienced before in a dark ride. It was like this weird combination of practical effects and animatronics while also using like projection and blacklight, and it was like an incredible storytelling of like a 2D type of design in a 3D way. It was really cool. I definitely recommend it if you are coming here with kiddos. There's thing 1 and thing 2. So this next ride here is the Seuss train trolley ride. And this is the little train that you guys saw in the clip earlier that was passing overhead. And this ride is really, really fun if you are just looking to get away from the crowds and from the heat and you just want to relax for a minute. This is the line queue getting into the ride. It was very long, and you do make your way up a set of ramps that leads you up top. So it is a bit of a climb, just forewarning y'all. But here's the train that we'll be boarding. And I do have some footage. Yep, there it is of us on the train. And this is really fantastic if you want to get some incredible views of the park from up top. It was such a relaxing and fun little ride throughout the area here. It does go all around Seuss Landing. So you kind of get a little bit of a tour of the area, of this particular area in the park, I should say. And you can see a lot of the other rides off in the distance in the viewpoint there. And it is just really peaceful and relaxing. And they have this cute little audio that plays some Dr. Seuss rhymes and stories, which I think is awesome. So this next ride here is the Bilge Rat Barge. And it's a river rafting ride, as you can see there. It's set to the Popeye theme, Popeye cartoon theme specifically. As you can imagine, I could not film on that because we got soaked. And as if we weren't wet enough, my fiance, like the crazy man he is, decided to go and wet himself all over again under a rain cloud. And we ended our day by heading back to the hotel because at this point we had seen everything in the park. Don't mind my fiance, he's absolutely knocked out. We were pooped. And we freshened up. I applied some makeup just to get a little dolled up for the evening. And we were planning to head back into City Walk to enjoy a nice meal at one of the restaurants. That's the final look, so cute. And poof, just like magic, we are right back at City Walk. And at this point, it had gotten dark already. And you guys, the City Walk came alive with all of these lights. It really, really created a whole different mood. And it just felt so much more bright and alive. A lot more people started to arrive. And it was actually pretty poppin' for a Wednesday night. We were actually surprised at how busy it was. So we decided to eat at the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium restaurant. And this place is perfect if you have the biggest sweet tooth for chocolate. They have a little chocolatier area where you can buy candies and goodies. And the decorative design in this place is amazing, you guys. Check out the design of this restaurant. It is very steampunk and moody. We actually decided to sit in the bar area. And you can see the bar is no less gorgeous than the rest of the restaurant. And we could actually oversee the lake of the City Walk. So we ordered ourselves some tater tots for an appetizer. And for the entree, I ordered myself the teriyaki salmon with miso rice and vegetables. And you guys, this was pretty dang bomb. There I go trying it. Did I like it? Yes, I did. It was very good, very light and flavorful and super healthy. My fiance got himself a grilled chicken breast with some mashed potatoes and asparagus. And here he goes giving it a try. Does he like it? Yes, he does. Thumbs up. For dessert, we decided to end it with one of their iconic shakes. This place is known for their shakes. They are massive, as you can see here. The size of his head, my lord. This is the mint chocolate chip, or mint chocolate shake, I should say. And there he goes, popping a chocolate in his mouth and taking that sip for some minty, chocolatey goodness. And he approves. And of course I had to get in on that action myself. So good, so minty. And I decided to be brave and take a bite of this enormous minty Oreo cookie. And yep, just as delicious as you would imagine. And after we ate, we decided to head back out onto the city walk and just peruse a little bit and walk around. It was beautiful weather, not too hot, not too cold. There was a nice breeze in the air. We decided to hop on these cute little ferry boats that they had here available. These boats' main purpose is to facilitate transport between the different resorts that are along the lakeside. And off we went, and you can see a great shot of the Universal logo right there as we pass under this gorgeous bridge. There's that view from the back, reflecting back on the city walk. And we passed through some absolutely beautiful areas. Very peaceful, very calm, tons of greenery and trees. And they had this beautiful lighting that was illuminating pathways and walkways. And there is another boat that we're passing by. I had to get it on camera as we waved hello. This was one of the resort areas that we passed through. Very beautiful. Almost looks like a fake set. Doesn't even look real. It's so beautiful. And of course, once we headed back from our boat ride, we just kind of took one last look at everything as we made our way out because it was getting late. And here we are the next morning, bright and early. Gotta get that free continental breakfast one last time before we leave for the day. There's my fiance getting his cereal for the morning. And here we have our second breakfast, still just as bomb. We got a Belgian waffle this time with some fruit. Went in for those eggs again, cereal, fruit cup, and again washed it down with some coffee, orange juice, and water. Definitely filled our tummies up for the day. And now it was time to say goodbye and get checked out of our beautiful hotel. So we called up our Uber, took a look around one last time as we walked out to enjoy the Florida sky and weather one last time before we had to say goodbye to it all. And look at how gorgeous those clouds in that sky looks. Once our Uber arrived, we went ahead and loaded up our luggage and hopped on in. Here's me struggling with the door handle to get inside, but I made it. And once we arrived at the airport here, we got our baggage checked in, and we made our way to the Universal Orlando gift shop within the airport for a little bit of last minute souvenir shopping. I believe I had purchased 2 magnets, one that said Universal Studios Orlando, Florida, and another that had some characters from Universal Studios as well as some rides. After our shopping, we went ahead and grabbed some food for the road. There's my fiance enjoying his panda, and I myself had some McDonald's, which as you can see, I hated. Just kidding, it was delicious as always. And you know we had to say goodbye to our friend. Yep, you guessed it, the traveler statue. Goodbye, buddy. And here we are on the metro within the airport as we make our way to get dropped off at our gate by Delta, where we will board our flight to go back home. arriving at the station. Here is a really cool shot that I got of our plane. This is the exact plane that took us back home as it's being taxied in from its previous flight, dropping off the passengers from the flight before as the ground crew gets everything ready for our flight to board next. And here we are, nice and cozy on our flight, ready for takeoff. And just like that, back in LA. As you can see, my fiance is not too happy about that, but we are back to reality, back to the daily grind. There's Delta thanking us for flying with them. And from here, we made it straight to baggage claim so we could pick up our luggage. And there she comes in all her glory. And there goes my big strong fiance, picking that up like it weighs nothing. And so just like that, our Florida trip comes to an end as we head on out of the airport towards the parking. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Happy tingles, and I'll see you in the next video.